banning the same things that they banned last game, Shen, Talia, and Syndra.
But what it does do is it opens up their ability to first pick the Karma. It's something that they were playing mid lane before a lot of people were. Most people are playing it support. But now when you see Karma picked, it's most likely locked in the mid lane. And it's also one of the few things in Ninja's champion pool that can kind of deal with Jensen, because you can play the lane with a lot of shields and decent wave clear. But it also gives a lot back over to C9. They're still going to be able to get probably Ashe and either Gragas or Rek'Sai. They get their pick.
Yeah, it's also interesting as well because they ban their own Tahm Kench, which then means that you get to play the Ashe, unless they first pick Ashe.
Yeah, there's that synergy.
So now it's kind of between Ashe and Karma as the two priority picks here that they're trading back. You get one, we get the other, and the sneaky Ashe has actually been fantastic, and it wasn't that great in Laud's hands. Killed in the lane. A little bit was that due to the just engage of the support and thought they had level 2 advantage, but then the arrows from then on out, the utility was just not coming through for him. Whereas in game 2, Sneaky had great arrows.
Yeah, and EnVyUs also just kind of throwing caution to the wind a little bit here, giving Proxen Lee Sin a champion he loves to play. But with Rek'Sai on the board, highly abnormal in the current drafting scene. It's because Proxen is feeling like he has to go off in this game.
Balls to the wall.
Yep.
Has to be for this game.
These guys aren't going to carry. Get these scrubs out of my team. Let's go.
I'm going to have to do it.
It's a hero mindset in a small sense, but the team obviously has buy-in. The coach has to as well agree for him to do that, but it does kind of speak to what Envy could be thinking. We were wondering whether they're going to be able to recover from the progressively worse and worse early games. Lee Sin has the potential to have an amazing early game.
Yeah, definitely lopsides their power. It's a little bit better in the early game. The later parts of the game, they're sacrificing some power there. I'm interested to see what they pick for their solo lanes here because they've saved them for last. They haven't typically done that. They've been priority picking the top laner for Seraph in the second round usually, and Gnar has been the go-to here.
I don't see why it wouldn't be the Gnar as well as maybe the Thresh or the Bard, something that hasn't been looked at this game. But with the Ashe, having that Thresh is going to be so good for the hooks. Having more for Meteos on that Gragas combines as well.
Okay, you also have a really good way to stop the Lee Sin. If you're good enough, you can actually stop him with the Flay.
They need a tank. Envy needs a tank here. They still have Hawkwood that can go onto the Braum. But what else do they throw into this composition?
Yeah, do they go tankless? Do they throw the Karma down in the support? Most likely not. You would expect a tank support like a Braum would be the most logical thing, and then it's really difficult that they have to lock in another one of their solo lanes here. At least they've been able to switch up the ban phase to create some new options for themselves, whereas you look at C9, they're doing the same stuff.
The tier list is pretty much like Lemon's notebook lives on. It's still here. It's still on stage. It's still got those tier lists in them.
Let Seraph carry in that top lane. Give him something he can strike with.
Yeah.
What will it be? It probably will be that Lissandra.
Oh, baby.
Will be the lock-in. It is the Pantheon. Gets locked in, which will be going to the top lane.
To the bitter end.
All right, yeah.
They're going to pick champions that other people don't pick.
Oh, you don't get a lot of experience versus this. I'm really interested. Is this a pick for Seraph? Is it for Ninja? I've seen it in both lanes.
It's a pick for the people.
It's a pick for the people.
It's a pick for the people.
It's a pick to actually try and kill Sneaky a lot and affect the side lanes. Because Ninja, if it is for Ninja in the mid lane, is what I would assume. But we can see it in the top side.
I think they can bounce it back and forth. The Lissandra and Pantheon, you know, I don't know if either one of them are great against Gnar, but I think Pantheon would actually be pretty good against Gnar early. Maybe more likely to see a top. We have no idea until we see Jensen's mid lane pick.
When you have a goal, you pick something that can just hit that goal. The Kennen couldn't get to the back line, so a Pantheon can. Unconditionally. Nothing else needs to happen. He just needs to jump into the sky, Grand Skyfall, and man drop down. Ooh. It is going to be the LeBlanc picked up for Jensen here in the mid lane, so he's bringing power to the table as well. Another switch up of compositions from both sides with Cloud9 remaining almost intact to what they've been using.
Yeah, exactly the same as compositions kind of pieced together that they'd had before. Exactly the same as game 2 that they ended up winning, except instead of Syndra, they have a different pick type champion here.
Still a huge AP burst nuke threat.
Yeah,
right?
Try to LeBlanc people.
I mean, with Ignite, you're almost sure to see this Pantheon in the mid lane. Lissandra would generally need to take teleport.
Love it.
Just for late game team fighting. This is going to be fun.
I think this is great because Ninja affecting the side lanes. It's always been, hey, come gank Jensen. Now instead, avoid that. Make sure you can get to the side lanes. Camp Jensen early, try to get a lane advantage for Ninja, and then spill that over and try to kill Sneaky or Impact.
Seems like Envy are playing with a nothing to lose, but definitely know in the back of their mind they want to win. Coming into this split, we heard how much it means to Lod, to the rest of the team, that Seraph also thinks this is a different type of game as they enter into quarterfinals. It can be one that they can win. As the underdogs here, Envy will try their hand here with Cloud9 on game point of our first quarterfinal matchup. We're about to be onto the Rift. Head over to Twitter, hashtag EnVyWin or hashtag Cloud9Win to see who will move on in the playoffs. We're about to be on to the Rift. Cheer for the team you want to win. We are about to see if that becomes Cloud9 who moves on.
Yeah, we also speak about Envy having a fairly heavy influence from the LCK. It's a minor thing, but the last Pantheon was actually played about a week ago by Kuro in the LCK. It was victorious against a Twisted Fate, but LeBlanc is a little bit stronger of a laner than that. I'm still excited.
These guys are Korea influence.
That's true. It's definitely a counter pick to a Twisted Fate. You can block the gold card just by having your Aegis, so you guarantee that you have some way to block it. But Ninja, not having the same luxury, and the stun won't stop to the distortion. It'll still go through and deal that damage as she travels. But you still do a lot of damage. Pantheons can kill her while she has the clone popping a lot of the times. You'll see LeBlanc says like, oh, he killed both of them. Doesn't matter.
Right.
Heartseeker Strike finds the true heart eventually.
It's going to be very interesting. Hakuo on a more of aggressive support this time, so he can have some fun and not just try to shield. He can peel from a distance. So a little bit of the dynamic changed here for Envy as we start off this game. Obviously back to standard lanes. Enjoy the matchup, the aggression we get to see here in the early game.
And proceed with caution in the duo lanes. Unless Envy is willing to just opt into those crazy trades once again. The Karma and Jhin early games are really strong, so they should be able to throw their weight around a little bit. They're just going to have to be careful about an early gank from EnVyUs.
Yeah, that's the big thing they have to watch out for here. I assume that Envy, they just wanted to kind of double down on pressure in that bottom lane. They wanted to have something that had lane advantage, so the Karma going for them as well as the Jhin, both very dominant champions during the laning phase. And to top it off, an Ignite.
Look at this ping. An early ward shows that they're not at Gromp, which is what they suspected, but that shows, and now actually warded. We're going to see coming over from Proxen here. Might be some danger.
Yeah, we're seeing really early aggression. Proxen has been warded out by Meteos. Meteos doesn't want to tango with Elisa in this early in the game. For all Meteos knows, Proxen would actually have his smite, and since Meteos doesn't have smite, he's not willing to deal with that.
He backs off. He looks like he's still a bit afraid to take it, too.
Yeah. Well, he saw that it actually ran back, so he's like, Meteos is here. Meteos has some knowledge.
There he goes. He found him.
They both almost have smite.
Their smite
Yeah,
could come
it's
back
very
at
close.
exactly the same time.
Gets it, boys. Boom. Raptor to Meteos. But now that smite's there, Proxen's going to be forced to leave. He doesn't decide to go for it.
Jensen trading into a corruption potion as well is very aggressive in the mid lane, but he doesn't want to let Envy get pressure in all three lanes, which is what they're potentially set up to do. Lysandra can shove in early, the Pantheon gets ahead, and the dual lane, as we'd already talked about. So basically, Jensen wants to keep at least one lane of pressure to protect Meteos of all things, because if all three lanes are pushed, Proxen could have very easy time countering them.
Love to see on Ninja on aggressive champions. You may see a few turret dives from him in a 1v1 situation.
Yeah.
Proxen picks up his red. Remember, Meteos' was left up as well, but they'll be meeting possibly without that on Meteos' side.
Yeah, exactly. Meteos can go do the Scuttle Crab right now, and Proxen a little bit late on his level 3 because of the time he took to invade. The teleport from Jensen comes through, buys another Doran's. That's how you have to play these matchups. Dump a little bit of gold into that, and Proxen not level 3 just yet. There you go.
Meteos keeping eyes on Proxen, though. Doing his best to live a little bit in Proxen's jungle as well. And also, this is keeping the duo lane honest for Envy. If Gragas is going to be in their jungle, they can't be pushed up.
Oh, he used his distortion. This is a gank.
Oh, the chain almost locks in. He's going to have to get away from Proxen on this. I don't know if it'll work. Does Proxen know which one it is? Yes, he does. Door number 1 is the correct one. First blood over to him. It looks like that fizzles out in the bot lane. Nothing comes of Hakuo in the chase.
Yeah, the Pantheon Ignite comes up big there, ends up giving the vision, and then Lee Sin is able to land the Q, and Proxen played that right. Jensen has been trading with Ninja because he has to, because otherwise you're just going to eat spear after spear after spear and get chunked out. So he uses the distortion in a trade, and that opens up the gate right here.
Yeah, Jensen had also been doing a lot of good things in this lane. He potentially was pushing Ninja out of lane, and I think he had a sense of security because Meteos was in the opponent's jungle from the quadrant in which Proxen approached. It just wasn't the right, it was like ships in the night passing in the jungle. Proxen made it through, and he surprised Jensen in the mid lane.
Yeah, and last time he had seen Proxen, he was heading off to the left side.
Oh.
Hold on.
2 more shots here for Lod. He's got his final one up. It might have to go to Smoothie, though.
Hakuo.
The exhaust comes in for the shot as well. Beautiful timing on the exhaust to Lod's final shot. They can't cancel out onto Hakuo, though, and get that kill. Sneaky still in range. The flash shot. Lod gets back to the final bullet and comes up with the kill. That's the hook. Is it line and sinker, though? And there's no follow-up. Meteos in a bad spot. 3 more again for Lod, but he doesn't have the gap close to get in. And what a tit for tat from the 2v2 in the bot lane, including Meteos.
Could this be a tale of 2 games? If Envy wins this one, they send it all the way to a decisive Game 5. The start has been fortunate for Envy. The gank by Proxen was true, and even though Meteos arrived towards the end of that gank, Laud is the one that walks away with the kill.
Yeah.
And this is the game where Sneaky goes Cull after dealing with the Fed Jhin.
The Jhin Ashe matchup, apparently something's going one person's way a little bit more frequently. But yeah, because Meteos was down bottom, got chunked out, it ends up helping Proxen out. He gets to triple buff Meteos. And I was trying to find it. There we go. Okay, so Ninja went.
Thunderlords.
Thunderlords. Didn't go for the poke. Instead went for the just full-on trade, try to burst them out. That's a Thunderlords Lee Sin, too. And this is aggressive.
3's a crowd, ladies and gentlemen, and Ninja is having a party in the mid lane with the rest of Cloud9 at the moment. They did just come up big on Jensen, but they made sure to get that back right quick.
Yeah, that was a really timely roam by Smoothie. And also, Pantheon doesn't have many ways he can play the lane that aren't super aggressive. Yeah. So, especially without Flash, it is set up to be countered. Jensen just distorts into close range, lands the chain. There's no big escape after that.
Kind of where you accept your fate.
Yep.
Going down.
You really try to soften people up with those Qs over and over again until you can get them in the Heartstreaker Strike crit range with your combo. And Jensen is staying right out of that and just going for these really quick trades and trying to whittle Ninja down.
Hex Drinker's already there for Ninja, so Jensen hasn't, even without Ignite, he's using Teleport. Harder time to pop Ninja out of lane now. Oh. And Laud using that aggression. It's something we actually haven't seen Envy do too much. They always give Laud, or lately I should say, they always give Laud a tank. But when he was on the Trundle that could go forward and be aggressive, or the Karma that can attack from an aggressive range, they use that quite a bit in a 2v2.
Yeah, Hakuo has been on those melee supports, and Laud has been on a lot of utility, and now they're giving him something a little bit more on that aggressive side. It is still a utility carry, but then this is just a flat, dominant lane, and honestly, it's just like, this is for Game 3, boys. Like, what just happened last game is not going to happen again. They give themselves a very favorable matchup in the 2-on-2, and it's kind of the salty picks.
And we question, would they have a tank, or are they going to try to put power or comfort in every single lane so everybody has a chance to carry?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing for Envy. They've fallen behind in all 3 of their games, so they're playing this early game extremely aggressively.
Yeah.
Proxen's built. He's got an early Tiamat. He's Thunderlord's Lee Sin. He's just trying to pressure. He's level 5, he's close to 6 here, as well as Laud, and they're just trying to get that first turret blood on the bottom side of the map. And honestly, they might do it because Meteos hit back. This minion wave wasn't as big as they would like it to be. It's getting pretty close.
Volley was a necessity there. Sneaky's able to clear quite a few minions with that. Had it been any other AD carry without some AoE, that turret would be down, and now they actually may have the resources to stop it, especially with Meteos just on the end, or it could follow into some kills.
But you have to be careful. Ninja's coming in. Exactly.
Is he out? He's out. The man drop comes in. Ninja's looking for to activate. Oh, the play off of the jump. He gets the hook back. I don't know if they want to pull it though. Kicked away by, or Sneaky is kicked away. Proxen goes down. That's a 1-for-1 traded. Retribution kills everywhere. Here comes Jensen to nuke him down. That's going to be a chain kill. 2 for him as well as Impact getting in the mess. And a triple kill for Jensen.
That's an ace. Across the map, Impact ended up getting Seraph in the top lane.
That was not the way Envy had envisioned their early game dive going, but as we said, there's not too many different ways you can play that Pantheon, so this was a telegraphed play, and C9 was able to answer it. They didn't immediately fall to the ultimate from Pantheon, and Jensen was then able to teleport over, I believe, to get into range to pick up that triple kill. It was a counter-played move by C9, and while they did suffer some casualties, getting that triple kill on the Jensen pre-10 minutes is amazing.
Yeah, and this is big because Ninja thinks he's safe. He's around double pink ward, so he ulties away. He got a little bit chunked out beforehand, and then they overchase. They got the turret first blood gold. It's way too far down this lane. The TP comes through. Great kickback there from Proxen, and they pick up Sneaky, but this right here.
Yeah, as he was doing the kickback is the moment Jensen decided to teleport to the ward in the tri-brush, and then they actually are so smart about giving those kills away. Impact had that big duel in the top lane where he procced Meganar as well and was able to pick up a solo kill, so big plays across the board for C9 to equalize the early game.
And it's just not been Seraph's day against Impact. Impact has the edge in these matchups seemingly every time.
And that play itself, we have actually seen Cloud9 do before. They're ready to defend low health turrets. Last time it was Sneaky on that Jhin who used the ult to clear a wave, and Impact was there to start it with Gnar. That's a scenario they're very familiar with. Probably a reason they came out with a very heavy ace so
they might
early in the
fast
game.
push this. On top side of the map, they might fast push this. They have an item advantage on Laud, and we'll see what happens here because Impact doesn't have flash, and Gnar's wave clear is abysmal.
Yeah, C9 knows they can't raise. This is actually just Envy out-rotating. There was that extended fight in the bottom side, and EnVyUs just bounced back very decisively.
We'll see how they use it. This is the first time we've really seen Envy not reacting. Usually it's Envy on the other side of the turret using their ult to stop Cloud9. But here they have the upper hand. It doesn't seem like Cloud9 scattered or kind of got scared by it. So the turret is grabbed. How can Envy use that pressure now?
This is
Forward
great.
wards, what do they do?
This is great from Envy because they've always had difficulties closing games out, but getting these advantages have also eluded them in the early game. This is one of the first times we've seen Envy with a good early game lead, but it's still something where it might get equalized here from Cloud9. But here comes Proxen from the backside. They don't have a ward in this bush.
Doesn't connect. Sonic Wave. And looks like they also have Dark Passage if anything gets too scary in that instance.
Nice
so fast!
Whoa, that's going to be a good hit. Actually goes through a line of minions, one onto him. A very nice hook from Smoothie into the position of Jensen. They lock down Proxen immediately. Remember, that's a Tiamat, not a tank, Lee Sin. And it is also going to be Seraph that gets taken down. They keep kind of just falling into these fights when they should be backing up after losing something.
And the kills keep going to Jensen. LeBlanc can take over a game.
The edge hitbox onto Ninja. He thought he walked out, but it caught him. And they get more kills. These should not be falling in the way of Cloud9.
What are you doing?
Making these openings for themselves as well as being gifted kills on a silver platter.
He is 7-1-1 right now, 12 minutes in.
But Laud walked into a wallop from Gnar. That thing doesn't sneak up on you. He was just in the wrong spot right here. I also have to credit Smoothie for setting up so many plays. His thresh has actually been incredible so far, and the 7 kills on a Jensen is going to put Envy in a world of pain.
One thing that helps those initiations for a Thresh is knowing your team is right behind you to keep going. But this hook as well, spot on into the ending position of where Proxen was going to stop as he fought Jensen.
Yeah, and Jensen does such a great job here. Flashes away as Smoothie knew Proxen was going to come through there. Uses everything on him. They pick him up, and then Seraph had overcommitted at that point, had walked up way too far forward, and then he just gets picked up there. Ninja is backing.
Yeah, on a ward that had been placed earlier. Smoothie just walks up.
He actually holds himself against the wall, so it's a little bit less obvious. But
And as the kills just continue to get chained together, maybe action happening on the start. Laud flashes back, so he's already down a flash before he gets hit. Ash Arrow, Thresh Hook, and a LeBlanc. It's the same strat over and over. Oh, he's trying to liberate.
Oh, the man drop in. They're trying to go for broke. And it's not going to happen. He's broke himself, gets taken down. 30 seconds on the clock for these ones, so you know Envy's going to be coming up fast to try and get more kills. But Cloud9 is just racking them up and going through the batting order. The curtain has been called. And Meteos is just going to give a little dance here and for the audience.
Jensen has double-digit kills before 14 minutes. The team is setting him up for all of these things, and Envy is throwing themselves at him. And part of this is because of the composition from Envy. They have the Lee Sin and the Pantheon, so their way of winning is to just play, like you said, full-on aggressive, dive all the time, but boy, is Cloud9 ready for it. And Jensen is really fed.
It's kind of like any engage is the best engage right now for Envy.
Just so great here from the bottom lane all series long. Smoothie on this Thresh and Sneaky on this Ashe. And hold on. Jensen wants some more kills, but Impact.
The thing with this is C9's the one setting up the kills for Jensen. Like, Jensen's usually pretty low when he's dashing in to like throw a Q at someone. It's C9's team that's giving him all these kills, but it's the best use of their gold because soon he'll be able to just straight up one-shot people.
I absolutely love that they do that. They're getting him towards those breakpoints much earlier. And who is going to build tanky on this squad? EnVy do not have a tank. It was one of the things we were talking about when the game started. Proxen not on that tank. No Strength of Ages. Very aggressive build. Hakuo not on a tank himself again. So Jensen gets to pretty much body everybody in this game.
Yeah. We're getting a new line here. We're gonna need an industrial department, sales, everything. Body by Jensen's going global. Impact gets himself out safely on that one. That's one thing that EnVy has had to deal with all series long is watching Cloud9 get out of these fights with slivers of health. We've talked about how that makes your mentality change throughout a game. That happens 4 times. You might flash the 5th time and put yourself in a real bad spot because that's the time you want it. You're sick of losing it, and it changes the way you play.
I really do feel like we're seeing some pretty obvious elements of tilt from EnVy, like in Ninja jumping in on Pantheon when someone is already dead, Laud walking up with no flash to a Mega Gnar who can just wallop him.
They just overextended in that first bottom lane dive. They had first turret gold. They already had that 2v3 kill when they ended up killing Sneaky so early in the game. And then they ended up just throwing it all away off of too much aggression.
You're basically stressing as well to not make that mistake. So when it happens,
oh, we blew it. Exactly. Yeah. And then you try to get back in. You're like, oh, I blew it again. You're down 50.
Keeps folding over.
Yeah.
All in again.
And to add on all that, it's an elimination game for EnVy. They lose this game, the summer split is over. C9 wins this game. They go up to face Immortals in the next round of the playoffs.
Yeah, and it would be their first semifinals since spring 2015. So over a year since Cloud9 had made it to a semis.
Sneaky was talking about it. I want that experience back. Seems like they're able to carry pretty strong throughout this game. They got a little trap there in game 1 as EnVy was able to take them late, but it seems Cloud9 can adapt game from game. Realizes, they got to put down the work early, and they got to make that work stick. That comes from turrets, and that comes from dragons. Something they've been getting a lot more. Save the dragons this game.
Save the dragons.
Save the dragons. They're going to...
Sneaky is trying to get a
few.
turret trade. Where's that arrow going?
Woo!
Whoa, nowhere.
Just cooling off the map.
They kept 2 people pushing, so it's actually only a 3-man squad here of C9.
It's 2 pretty high damage dealers, too, against turrets. The range, they get to keep their distance. And they end up just trading even there. This mid turret did have a wave pushed in on it. Seraph.
Are they going to run him down? They're thinking about it.
That body slam.
And there's the flash. That's really all they wanted.
But I think
Jensen's still chasing.
Smoothie caught out.
Almost gets through his box. Gets taken down, though. Are they going to keep this? The team is coming up. Impact's not close to Gnar. Jensen, he can delete people immediately.
I think he's going for that record, Jat.
Yeah, 14 kills is the single game playoff record for kills.
One more forward, tries to mimic as well,
anymore.
cannot get the ultimate out. And the Deadly Flourish fires back. It's almost touch and go here for EnVy as they could lose a member, but they all get out alive here, and Cloud9's going to have a wave on there now in the second tier mid turret.
Yeah, and EnVy, this is the problem with their composition is, wait.
Whoa! There. And there's Pantheon. Coming in for more.
Got some new shots for that absolutely deleted segment. Control-Alt-Delete PTL now.
Somebody order a Pantheon? God, just deleting everybody. And yeah, one of the big problems with the composition from EnVy, they don't have a tank, first off, and Jensen's fed. But secondly, when you get behind, you don't have wave clear in this team comp. It's only the Lissandra. It's medium range wave clear. You're a threat from Jensen the entire time.
And they have an early game team with early game builds already. They've gone triple Ghostblade. You're thinking they're going to snowball ahead with that, but they're actually fallen behind 7,000 gold in the first 18 minutes. If last game was desperation, I don't even know what this game
is. Nailed him right in the kisser. Then he takes a hook, put it in the books. Hakuo is going to go down next. A double kill for Jensen. 13, 1, and 4. Will he put any more on that score list? Their champion standing in front of him. And a bit of game time to have it done.
Yeah, led the league in kills. Definitely going to be leading the playoff in kills for a while. 14 kills already in one game in this series. Looking to top that mark here and set an NA LCS playoff record with 2 more kills.
Incredible stuff here from Cloud9. It was kind of questioning game one if they could put their foot down and really make the game theirs. Whatever they discussed between games, righted that ship. And they seem to be going for 2 now sub 30-minute wins that could be on the map.
Okay, Meteos has an ohm record. That's how far ahead they are right now. And you can just dive the turret.
Why did everybody laugh?
Yeah, you left. They want to dive turrets. It's a thing you can do. Come on, man.
A lot of people will, you know, buy some tank stats to tank the turret themselves, but instead buys the ohm wrecker. It has some great health and armor on it, but
Yeah.
it's all about getting that turret.
And a little known fact about the ohm wrecker is it resets the heat that is a turret mechanic. So the turret does
Very good
more
point.
damage the longer it's hitting you. If you ohm wrecker that, it puts that counter to 0. So if they want to do like a big extended turret dive, they can. You also don't see it normally because there are better options available most of the time. I approve of the choice, though.
Fantastic buy. 7,000 gold up at 20 minutes in the game. Cloud9 has enough map control that this dragon as well will be theirs. Let's see what lane they go to with this Ohm Wrecker first.
Infernal Drake will help them greatly. I like how Jensen abandoned finishing his Zonias and is just trying to rush to death cap as quickly as possible.
321 AP already.
This series itself, though, has been so one-sided aside from the first game, and
Yep.
you can really feel the teamwork and cohesion just being much better for C9.
Even the first game had Cloud9 with an advantage as well. And they kind of threw it away, and EnVy were able to stall out and play that teamfight comp. And Cloud9 just seemed more crisp across the board as the series went on.
Yeah, like, if Jensen is able to get a couple more kills in this game, it's not just because he's been playing great, it's because these kills are just set up for him. Whether it's an Ash Arrow or Meteos throwing someone back at him or smoothly landing tons of hooks, and the discipline of C9, they've actually been holding off, like, in the middle of skirmishes and team fights to let Jensen get these kills. So shows such discipline and such commitment to Jensen as a carry.
And growth. Look at where he was when we started as well. A timid mid laner who actually would be in the back of these fights, not really trying to put up any priority damage. Now he's the one, like you said, that they're feeding these resources into with confidence. And that's been a ridiculous change for him. In a good way, obviously. The drop coming in on the back. Chain misses from Jensen, but there's more chains where the first one comes from. We'll have to see if they can make him count. Proxen as well, trying to find an end with the resonating strike. Impact back onto Ninja. And a huge hit into the wall. The body slam
15.
into the Gnar scoop. There are the kills. Jensen setting records.
16.
Cloud9 moves themselves up into even more of a lead here in game number 4, 23-5. As they move on to the second tier turret and look to put some finishing touches on the base that could bring them to the next.
Yeah, what a play by Impact as well, just staying around at low health with no Guardian Angel, massively setting up that play once again.
And you were talking about how, you know, honestly, it's a team effort. They are funneling these kills into Jensen. They are setting him up. This is a record-breaking performance from Cloud9 in the playoffs, and especially Jensen here, 16-1-5, and he's just trying to set that record higher. Like,
crazy.
yeah, give it about 3 more years, maybe somebody will beat him.
He's got 12,600 gold right now. That's the gold of
Gnar.
Seraph and Ninja combined.
A little ambitious, he's got a GA.
Yes, ambitious at best,
Team?
but this is the time. This is all they need. Get that exhaust down onto Seraph. He could be the next one. Meteos is low on mana. Are they getting ahead of themselves? Lod gets the summoner heal in and gets the safety as well. And C9 with a little bit of inconsiderate movement in their play.
Yes, I do think C9 was getting ahead of themselves. Impact was definitely getting ahead of the team with that teleport.
It's just saying, that was basically saying GA is enough time for the team to back me up.
Yeah, watching this again, Impact only about 70% on his Narbar for a lot of this fight, and Sneaky's in the jungle kind of setting this one up, but then, boop. Oh, triple into an Ash Arrow too.
That was
beautiful.
That was a Meteos explosive cask immediately into the Gnar, into an Ash Arrow. There's so much layered on top of that, and the triple kill there to set the record.
Yeah, there's not too many playoff games. The regular season record, I believe, is 21 or 23.
Something
but
ridiculous.
it's still very impressive that he's been able to pick up this many kills this early in the game. Also, in a clinching match to send them to the semifinals.
Yeah, usually it's very timid from both teams. You have low kill games once you get to the Nexus, but all out brawls here. No holds bar. We'll see what continues to happen with that 9,000 gold lead. Oh, everybody dodges, but Loud was walking back into the jungle. Another unfortunate event unfolds here for Envy, and Cloud9 has capitalized on these every single time, and now with always more than one kill.
Meteos has a Manor BF sword.
Oh. Okay.
I could defend the Ohm Wrecker. I could not defend... What do you mean his BF
Did you not just see him kill Proxen?
His best friend sword, man. He's like, hey, best friends, let's go.
Oh my.
They're gonna get down Baron. And
Oh, somebody ordered Pantheon again.
there it is. There, oh my.
Two kills now with that BF
BF
sword.
sword, man. You guys can say what you want, but
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
Envy is really falling apart, and they have been throughout
Right.
the majority of the series. And C9, they're playing super loose, and this was one of their strengths early in the spring, where they were kind of the team that didn't seem to care, and they were able to pull off anything.
Yeah.
But they have said they've gotten more coordination. Maybe they're mixing in a little bit of that fun with dominant play. Gotta watch out for the Sandra. Just use all of his cooldowns.
Mimic.
Yeah.
if he can get himself to the brush and deny vision, that would be his goal, but he cannot. Gets taken down immediately, but the work's being done off the ball on the other side of the map here. Actually,
Stop a little bit of that aggression.
they're gonna back up.
When 14,000 gold is dead on your map, your 12,000 gold lead doesn't warrant a push in the top lane. They have to wait for Jensen to respawn.
Wait, the team died. We have to wait.
Yeah.
So Zanya's now for multiple members on the side of Cloud9. I mean, they've been there, but it's these things that are denying Envy the productivity in fights, getting advantages, finding a kill, being able to zero somebody out is not something Envy has found for quite some time unless they're losing multiple members to the one that they get.
Meteos has had enough fun. BF sword gone. Completed Zonia's. Needed the combined cost to finish that one.
Reaper is going to yell at me after this game.
Yeah, unless you
Swap
use
it out.
Zonia's to Zonia's on the fountain. Sometimes that's the only reason you pick that item up. Oh, wow. Wow.
I blinked. You guys?
Yeah,
I blinked.
that's a thing.
That's the power
C9 really looking strong. This could be the push that sends him into the semifinals.
power of Jensen right now. Absolutely plowing through this game.
He was a great mid laner last split, and
Yeah.
he was up there for people's all-pro vote.
Just feeding him kills.
19-20 could be on the board. That's number 20 for Jensen as he goes double digits easily in this game. They're looking for the kills, padding a few of the stats here with smiles on their faces as they will move on in the NALCS playoffs. Meteos get down to the fountain trying to do what he can. That's going to be the Nexus. That's going to be the series. Cloud9 take it 3-1 over Envy and move on to face Immortals.
Oh man, huge smiles for Jensen, and why not? Not only has C9 made their first semifinals since the spring of 2015, they set a small little record along the way, 20 kills in a playoff game. That's gonna last a while.
Yeah, it actually breaks the regular season record as well, which was held by Skara at 19 kills on AP Master Yi.
Wow.
That's right.
It's an age-old record.
The MLG, he kept getting his Yi in. Got a pentakill in those games.
But still, now, Cloud9 guaranteed to be in Toronto.
Yeah.
Third or fourth place match or finals. And they booked their ticket there. In over a year, they haven't had a semifinal appearance. And with 10 championship points to their name previously, now boosting that up, it gets them even closer to Worlds.
And there are a few changes coming in this split, like we said on the bot lane, but as well behind the players is really what counted here. Reaper coming in, seeing that the team was in a position that didn't really act like a team.